Bitcoin is having a pullback. So what I mean by that is we have still not managed to get back above this very nasty previous uptrend line. And you'll see on my original main chart where I do my analysis of Bitcoin that we tried to get above that level multiple times, guys, multiple times. So we were originally trading in this range over here, okay? But as you can see, we never actually traded in this range for that long, because after that initial period in that range, in that channel, I should say, in that uptrending channel, the price fell lower, okay? Now, the good news is that we started a new uptrend channel after bouncing over here at 65K. And since then, we have really been trading up and down in this lower channel, okay? Now, we have two channels here, so we're part of this bigger channel, but right now we're trading in the lower half of the channel. Hopefully that makes sense. And that's not a problem because we're uptrending and we're holding support, so we're moving higher, okay? The only thing is to see a more explosive breakout and really to see a move to 87K, we have to see a move that pushes us above this previous uptrend line, or we would just have to trade in this uptrending channel until we finally reach that level, okay? And let me show you guys something pretty cool here if you guys use TradingView. So I'm extending out the uptrend lines, okay? And what you're gonna see is if I take my measuring tool over here and I start extending out, okay? So let's imagine that the price is slowly moving up over time. You can see that we hit 87K in about 23 days. So that would be kind of the expected time frame. 23, 25 days. Now, if we are able to break out above that previous uptrend line, we could hit that, you know, within a couple days, 2-3 days, maybe a week, right? So that breakout is a very, very big difference compared to just the kind of trend following channel that we have going on. Which one is going to happen? It's almost impossible to say for sure, but right now, based on what we're seeing, based on the fact that we keep rejecting this previous uptrend line, I think there's two things that are going to happen here. We still have our 87K target, and we are still long on Bitcoin, guys. Okay, but with what we're seeing, we have to be realistic. We see that we're rejecting at these levels. We already hit our first target, guys. We're either going to see, in my opinion, that move that takes more time. Okay, so we're still going to get to our target, but the move is going to take a bit more time. Like I just showed you guys, maybe 20, 23, 25 days. Or the more bearish situation that might happen here, because we had a really good attempt over here at finally getting that move above the trend line. And like I said, guys, it just unfortunately failed. So now we're having that weakness again. You can see we're kind of rounding up here. Probably going to go in for that retest of the uptrend line. Okay, so I would expect a little bit more downside here, unfortunately, towards 78K. What we don't want to see, okay, going down right now and hitting that uptrend line is not a problem, right? Because that's to be expected in this channel. What we don't want to see, and this could be a fake out, so I'm telling you guys right now, giving you guys a heads up on this, if we actually fall to 74K, then in that situation, we've now lost our uptrend line support, meaning that we will have no more uptrend support levels. Okay? Not moving averages, not uptrend lines. And that's going to put us in a very different pattern. Could put us in some type of consolidation, typically. But what's more worrying is if we were to fall lower into the previous consolidation. And if that happens, now the entire trend has shifted pretty drastically. That means that we won't have an uptrend, and we're actually going to have returned into this consolidation. Do I think that's going to happen? Right now, that's not the most likely outcome. No. Right now, the most likely outcome is still we continue in the lower channel, or potentially have a temporary move where we start trading below this channel, and then maybe we can get a move back above it. But that's going to get harder. So that's why I'm saying keep an eye on that 78K level. We want to stay above that, okay? The more we drop below 78K, the more bearish it will be, basically. If you're enjoying this video, guys, hit that like button, subscribe and follow if you haven't already. Now, let's go over and take a look at Ethereum to compare. So Ethereum here, very different pattern from other altcoins. Okay, Ethereum unfortunately does not have that many bullish catalysts whatsoever right now. And if we look at CoinMarketCap here, you can see that Ethereum is heavily underperforming Bitcoin, guys. Not just by a little. We're talking about over double what Bitcoin is doing to the downside, and not really performing as Bitcoin is to the upside. So last 7 days, Bitcoin now has dropped 1.3% after this recent pullback. Ethereum is down 4.5% in that same time frame, guys. That's more than double. So, and you can see this on the chart, the actual chart setup is looking worse than some of the smaller altcoins like Dogecoin and Solana, guys. I mean, just think about that. And I'll show you guys in a second, but we have a cup and handle pattern. We had tried to get a breakout. That breakout never held. And since then, we've been consolidating below the resistance, now starting to really be consolidated in a range over here. We're still technically okay unless we were to fall, you know, quite a bit lower, maybe down back into the handle formation. But just to compare with Solana, for example, you're going to see something very different, guys. Solana broke out above its resistance, had multiple green candle closes above it. Very different pattern. Very different outcome. Same pattern, cup and handle formation, but it got the breakout, different outcome. Let's look at Dogecoin. And keep in mind, guys, Ethereum is supposed to be basically the safest coin, right? After Bitcoin. But if we look here, it's not really performing as such because Dogecoin, once again, smaller compared to Ethereum, got that really strong breakout above its resistance from the same type of cup and handle formation. So Ethereum is really behind here, really behind in multiple ways. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, Ethereum is going to drop substantially, but it's just important to realize that its momentum kind of cooled off quite a bit here. And so I just want people to understand